Those of you who have slept with a close friend, what's your story? Got really drunk with 2 friends. 1M 1F. I went to go to sleep, but then my friend came in 5 minutes later and asked if I wanted a threesome. I said yes, obviously, and it turns out my whole friend group had been sleeping with each other. Like 5 or 6 people. Pretty often. 3 years later and some of us still hang out and bang. I know how fake it sounds, so I don't expect people to believe that it happens. Didn't you kinda feel a bit disappointed that you were left out for so long? I'm not sure how I'd feel in that situation if that was me. I wasn't banging them because they were married. They weren't banging me because I was ugly. Now they're divorced and I'm still ugly. We were joking about our bodies and she dared me to show my dingus. I did. I dared her to touch. She did. 2 more dares and we slept together. Sounds like porn. You showed the dingus and she showed the chungus. This is a wholesome 100 Keanu moment. We were both unemployed and hanging out a lot more than usual. One day we were doing some work at her apartment. I think hanging plants. At one point when we were face to face, she gave me this peculiar yet flirty smile and kissed me. I was a little taken aback, but one thing led to another. And suddenly we had a new way to occasionally alleviate our unemployment. Burrito Monsieur. Friend for 5 years. I went to her sister's wedding. We ended up talking for 2 hours after the wedding was over. Went back to her hotel room just to talk. But she took a shower and then asked me to join her. We made out in the shower, then moved to the bed and had sex, and it was for both of us. The next day we agreed just to stay friends. And that was 3 years ago. We are still friends. The tension is still there. I bet if I asked her to, we would have sex again. But I feel like we dodged a bullet already and I don't want to ruin the friendship. I don't want to date her to get her pregnant either. So it's best to leave it as it is. We went back to her hotel room just to talk. Thought no mail ever. We're still friends. Same. It's never changed our relationship at all. She played the long game. I mean, it wasn't a very long game because I was a horny college kid. We were best friends, but she was really just looking for an opening. I was drunk and talking to her about being burned by an ex one night and she sensed blood in the water. After a series of "ah, that's so fucked up" comments, she made her move and we went at it like animals. We never dated. We developed a weird relationship where we like getting other people involved. I got to watch her aggressively fuck some pretty good-looking girls. Our relationship entered a weird phase where she set me up with girls she wanted to see naked. I descended into the weird world of uncommitted bisexual what-the-fuckery. Every single kinky thing I know how to do, I learned from her. Stuff I had no idea existed because I was only familiar with regular porn and normal sex. I watched her put makeup on a guy and fuck his brains out with a strap on. She liked to watch videos of herself having sex and probably recorded me at some point. I watched her get spit roasted by 2 video store owners in the video store after hours. She brought a friend along for me. She could talk just about anyone into anything. I found someone I wanted to date and that was a problem, monsieur. We haven't spoken in 6 years. Sounds like it was fun while it lasted. It ruined me. I thought there must be no shortage of freaks in the world. Turns out they're pretty hard to find. We decided we were best friends after talking online. After 6 months she came to my city to meet me, 'cause she lives some 300 km away. We had a great time. She stayed at my place for a week. We had this mutual liking for each other, which was not sexual in any kind, at least I felt that way. We would cuddle and sleep every night. Heck, we even watched porn together, but still didn't even pull a thing. Weird. But she is my favorite friend now. I know the question means sex, but we literally just slept. So which one of you is ugly? She is hella good looking. I guess it's me. Became my long-term girlfriend for 5 years. Didn't work out in the end. But things did happen, and it's better to have had good memories and have had pursued it instead of Not no what if. So no regrets. And actually, I think it's a common thread that people often have the closest, most intense, or at least longer relationships if you had genuinely been friends before. Can confirm you, my girlfriend and I became friends in our first year of high school and decided to date at the end of that year. 8 years later we're still going strong. Amazing what a pre-existing base of common interests and interaction can do. I wanted to go to sleep. He had a big bed. We went to sleep. Nothing special, just friendly use of oversized bed. We slept at different corners and no homo. Then he parked in my ass, so yeah? Shit just went from 0 to 100 real fucking fast. Oh wow, that's so sweet. I wish I had a friend like that. Oh wait, what the fuck? We fell asleep and woke up the next morning. I bet you take showers naked, you slut. Are you watching me? Just an educated guess. Fucking whore. Fucking slut. You think Jesus will forgive you? I've slept with 3 close friends. I went to Disneyland with my friends as part of a bachelorette party. I was a guy going with 5 other women. I was close friends with 3 of them and didn't know the other 2. So on the first day we drive to CA and hit the beach. One of my good friends started drinking in the early afternoon. Once we get to the hotel, we decide to sit by the pool and get our drink on. A few hours later, 3 of us wanted to hit downtown Disney. More drinking ensues. By the time the fireworks came out, the 3 of us are discussing sex. Not with each other but in a philosophical sense. My one friend who's been drinking blurts out, "I just need to get fucked." Without missing a beat, I reply, "I'll fuck ya." There is an extremely awkward silence and I fear I've put my foot in my mouth. Then she just says, "Okay, let's go." So we go back to the hotel and get it on and then text our other friend when we're finished so she can come back. Our other friend was married with a kid, so she didn't want any part of our shenanigans, but she was cool with everything. The friend who I slept with was completely paranoid that word would get out that we slept together. I assured her this'll just stay between the 3 of us. The second time I became friends with a woman from the bar. We would play board games and watch movies together. I was sexually attracted to her but she wasn't attracted to me. Every once in a while I would ask if she was down for some NSA sex and she always turned me down. So one night, we were watching a movie and we got on the subject of kissing. She wanted to test drive my technique. About 10 minutes after we kissed, she went into the kitchen and called me in. She started undoing my pants and gave me a BJ right in the kitchen. Then she asked me to sit on a chair. She took off her clothes and sat right on me. It was a nice surprise. We had sex a few more times over the years but it never affected our friendship and she's still one of my best friends. The third time happened with my friend, roommate. We were drinking wine and playing board games and got on the subject of sex. I could feel the tension. When the night ended she was rinsing off some dishes and I came up behind her and put my arms around her and kissed her neck. She turned around and gave me the "fuck me" eyes. I totally chickened out and went into my room. She came in 10 minutes later to get her dog, and we made out for about 10 minutes. Then she got up and said, "This can't happen. Finish yourself off. I'll be doing the same," and left. The next morning she wanted to talk and I thought she was going to kick me out. But we talked it through and she said we're adults and what we do is no one else's business. We ended up sleeping together about a week later. We had a live-in FWB situation until she got a BF a few months later. Damn. How did you keep things in check with that last story? Sleeping with a roommate sounds like a recipe for a disaster. I'm a strong proponent of the "don't shit where you eat" life philosophy. Yeah, it definitely could have blown up in my face. But the sexual tension started to get a little thick and I knew it was inevitable. Luckily, we were chill people with a relaxed attitude about sex and we were adult enough to handle it. Used to have gay sex with my bros in high school all the time. But that was only so we could practice for the ladies. Is anyone gonna say something? No, everyone will be like, what the? Shrug scrolls again. I should have done that too. We started dating, moved in together, got engaged. We're together for 8 years, then he dumped me while I was in the ER because he was afraid that I might straight up die on him. Now I'm trying to move out all of my stuff while in lockdown, which is hard because I need to get rid of most of my stuff, since I am now living in a single room in my parents' house. And the charity shop was up until like last week not accepting any donations because of the virus. Plus my parents' house is super inaccessible and I am only able to be in 2 rooms. My room and the bathroom. Am unable to shower unassisted and can't get in and out of the house without help. Which extra sucks because I'm a smoker. Oh, and my insurance paid to make his apartment accessible. We had to assure them that I wouldn't get kicked out. So they definitely will not shell out more money to make this house accessible too. That fucker not only wasted my time but also valuable resources. Do asterisk not asterisk recommend. I'm just gonna stay single for the rest of my life now because fuck this and shame on me if I ever let something like this happen to me again. Dogs are better than people anyways. Sounds fucking awful. I'm so sorry that you have to go through this right now. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.